Welcome to my channel. Today I am here with class 8, lesson 8, force and pressure. That is purely physics. Up to this extent we were discussing biology. And what was the last lesson? Reaching the age of adolescence. It was there, no? There I have asked you 3 questions. It's the time to answer. The first question was, dash helps the body to adjust and to fight stress. It is adrenaline. Second one is, development of a caterpillar to a butterfly is termed as dash. It is metamorphosis. Yes. And the third one is, release of sex hormone is under the control of the hormone secreted from dash. From pituitary gland is the answer. Okay. Now the biology part is over. Now we are moving for the physics. What is that? Force and pressure. What is force? We will say in small classes itself you have all learned. Push and pull is a force. Okay. Push and pull is a force. But if we are pushing with no energy, what will it be? It is not force, right? Okay. Push and pull of the objects with mass is the force. Is it correct or not? We are applying some mass for pushing and pulling the object. It is called what, no? It is called force. Okay. So what happens? The body's state will be changed. If the body is in the rest, when we are pushing it, it will start moving. Or when the body is in motion, it will change to rest. These changes will be happening because of some kind of push and pull with some mass. It is called what, ma? It is called force. Is it clear, ma? Okay. And it is a vector quantity. The force is a vector quantity means what? It's having magnitude as well as direction. Okay. When we are lifting a bucket with a little water, we are applying force. Yes, we are applying force, but the force is very less in amount. Need to be in less amount, right? But if we are lifting the same bucket full of water, much more force has to be applied. So the magnitude is getting increased. So from this experiment, we are able to understand that the force is having magnitude. And the second one is, force is having direction. Is it correct or not? If a man is pushing a table, and if your mother is pushing a table and if you are seeing it, so I am also helping, ma, like that you are saying and you are pushing along with your mother, what will happen? It will go much more smoothly, right? So if we are pushing in same direction, the net result will be positive. It will be easily moved off. If someone is pushing the table in from opposite direction, what will happen? To which extent, or who is having much more force, to that direction that the bench will be moving or the table will be moving, right? Thus we are able to understand that the force is having direction. To say tug of war. Tug of war you used to play, right? If both the sides, people from both the sides are pushing in equal level, what happens? The rope will not move. It doesn't mean that they are not pushing or they are not pulling. Everyone is pulling. From right side and left side, the people are pulling the rope. But if they are pulling in the same force or same magnitude, what will happen? The rope will be still. Okay? So we can say it is balanced force. The force is balanced over there. But if one side people are much more stronger than the other side and they are pulling more, what will happen? The rope and the other people from that side also will come along in their direction, isn't it? So it is called what? The unbalanced force. So from this we are able to understand that force is having direction also. Force is having magnitude as well as direction. So the force is a vector quantity. It's a vector quantity. Now what is the unit of force? Force unit is Newton. Newton is the unit of force. Okay. As Sir Isaac Newton, it is given from the name of Sir Isaac Newton. That's why force is, the unit of the force is what, ma? It is Newton. Okay. How can we measure it? It can be measured using spring meter gauge. There is a machine called spring meter gauge for measuring the magnitude of the force. Okay. Now, for what all things this force is applied? I told you, when you are kicking a ball, what happened? A body which was in rest is now in motion by applying the force. So it helps for the stationary object to move. Yes or no? Okay, if one is there to catch the ball was already in motion and with the force he is catching the ball, so what happened? It comes to rest. The force helps to stop the moving object. Yes or no? Okay. Then the third one is it helps to change the direction. In the case of cricket, the bowler is throwing the ball and the man which is having the bat is kicking it. So what happened? The direction of the ball is changing. Yes or no? The ball is coming in this direction. When he is kicking, it is moving some other direction. So the force helps to change the direction. Okay, then we can say the force helps to change the velocity when something is already in motion. As in the case of table, if the mother is moving the table and if the child is coming and pressing it much more, it will be moving much more speedily, yes. So it helps to change the velocity. Okay, and then we can say it helps to change the shape. If a man is kicking some other man, his face will be changing its shape, no? No, I am just joking. For the dough, batter, chapati batter, if rolling and if we are pressing it, the shape will be changed. But with the force, we are pressing it, right? So, this is, we can say, force also helps to change the shape. You will say, no, if you are telling something wrong about me to my mother, I will change the shape of your face because I am having force with me, right? Okay, for that purpose also the force is applied. Okay. Now, don't do that, okay? You are good children. You should not do it. Now, the types of forces. Forces can be of many types. Contact force. As in the case of bucket with water. I am applying force. Which force I am applying here? I am applying my muscular force. With my hand I am taking it off. So the bucket as well as my hand should be in contact with each other. Yes or no? Okay, so we can say it is contact force. To say frictional force. When a ball is allowed to move, roll on the ground. After some times, we can see the speed of the ball decreases, reduces and stops finally. Why? Because of the friction on the ground, right? Because of this friction, the motion comes to an end. So the frictional force is the one which is opposing the motion of the objects. So this force also needs to be in contact with each other. So these are called what? No? These are the forces which are in contact or contact is needed for these forces to be applied. They are called contact forces. Is there any non-contact force? Yes, really. Magnetic force. When a magnet is placed, the things which are attracting to the magnet need not be in touch with the magnet, but with the force of this magnet it will come into attach. Yes or no? Have you experienced? This is magnetic force. Like that, electrostatic force is the same, having the same effect. Electrostatic force, electrostatic force is having the same effect as that of magnetic force. And the third is gravitational force. When you are jumping, you will be directly coming to ground. You will not go to your nearby house. You will not go anywhere up or in the sides. You will not be able to move freely. You will be come in contact with the earth directly. So even though the force is not in contact with the ground, this force is pulling you down. Yes or no? So this is gravitational force and this force is non-contact force. So these questions will come, which is example for the contact force, which is the example for non-contact force. You should know. Muscular force, frictional force are contact forces, while electrostatic, magnetic and gravitational are non-contact forces. Did you get, ma'am? Okay, now we are moving to see the pressure. What is this pressure? You may say you will be having that much pressure of studies because exam is coming closer. So, study pressure is more. So, in this case, study pressure, what is that? Actually, you are having limited time to study much more subjects. So you are having pressure. In the case of physics also, there is something based on force for this pressure. The force per unit area is pressure in physics. Okay, the other one was the mental pressure. This is the pressure in physics. Okay, ma? Force per unit area is called pressure. Well, I am saying so, it will not be in your mind, right? So I will give you an example. Okay, consider a bus which is full of people. Okay, if you are sitting in a place and someone came quickly and stabbed your feet. Okay, he is having Hawaii chappal or normal chappal he is having. So if he is stabbing, you will understand that he is stabbing on your feet, but much more pain will not be there. Okay, let it go. Some other girls, a girl has been quickly get into the bus and she stabbed you with her heels. You will shout, right? Why? So maybe the force may be the same, but you will be having much more pain for your legs. Yes or no? Why is it so? Because the heels are much more thinner. That means the area of the heel is much more lighter, less in amount than the one which is having the normal flat chappals. Okay, so what happened? The area is less. So the force will be much more, you may feel, and you will be having much more pain. Here the pressure is high in the case of the girl stabbing with the shoes, and the pressure will be low in the case of a man stabbing with his normal chappal. That is pressure. That is, the force divided by area give you the pressure. If the surface area is less and the force is more, what will happen? The pressure will be much more. In the case of pen or pencil, to say, if we are kicked by this end of the pen, what happened? You will be having much more pain, and if you are kicked by this part, the pain will be very less. This is what pressure. Now I think it is easy for you to understand. So force acting on unit area of the surface is pressure. What is the pressure? Force acting on the unit area of the surface gives you pressure, and the unit is Pascal, or we can say Newton per meter square. As you know, meter square is the unit of area and Newton is the unit for pressure, force. We can say pressure is equal to Newton per meter square, or we can say in another word, that is Pascal. What is it? It is Pascal. Okay. Now we should understand the pressure, effective pressure by liquids and gases. Not only for solids, pressure can be seen for liquids as well as gases. Okay, for the liquids, liquid exert pressure on the wall of the container. It will be showing the pressure. It has to come out from the wall of the container. So we can say the pressure is exerted by the liquids also. Understood? So if the depth is more in the case of liquid, as the depth is increases, pressure also gets increased. For example, when you are having a bottle and the bottle is having 3 holes in 3 distant places, when we are filling the water and when we are opening the top, we can see the hole which is in the upper part is flowing with less force, while the hole from the bottom, the force will be much more. Because what? As the depth is increased, the pressure is maximum. If there any aquarium, small aquarium in your home, then you will come to understand that. The fish in the bottom, when it is bubbling, giving the bubble of air, from in the base, the bubble will be small. But when it reaches the top of the water, the bubble will be enlarged. Why? Because the pressure in the bottom is much more and the bubble is not able to be expanded. Why it is going up? What happens? The pressure gets lesser and the bubble will be bigger in size. That's why. Okay. So, in the case of normal bottle, the pressure will be more in the base and less in the top. But what about the circular one? If the bottle is circular or something is circular, what happens? The pressure will be exerted on the all direction with the same level. The depth, there is no much more depth and all in this case. So the pressure will be exerted in the same manner in all the direction. Okay. Now we are moving to see the pressure for gases. Is there gases having pressure? Yes. If you are filling a balloon with air, there is wall for this balloon, right? At the walls of this balloon, the air pressure is exerted by what? The gas. Okay. Not only that, there is a one which is called atmospheric pressure. As our earth is blessed with atmosphere, pressure is exerted by the atmosphere. That pressure is called what, ma? Atmospheric pressure. We will see. Atmospheric pressure is the weight of the air column over a unit area of the earth's surface. Weight of the air column over a unit area of the earth's surface. Okay, so above us, atmosphere is exerting pressure. Above everything, atmosphere is applying pressure. Is there any doubt for you? I will give you one experiment. See, ma, this is a bottle. Okay, this is a bottle. I am filling water in it. Now, I have filled the water and I am closing its top with its cap. Okay. I am having a hole over here, but you are not able to see where the hole is. Yes or no? You are not able because there is nothing leaking out. Now, what I am doing is, I am opening the cap. Now see what's happening. I am opening the cap and see what's happening. Can you see water flowing out? Why is it so? Why is it so? Is it a magic? Not at all. The reason is, if I am opening, now I have closed. Is the water going out? No. But when, as long as I am opening the cap, the water is oozing out. Why is it so? Because when the bottle is closed, atmospheric pressure is not exerting its weight over this water. But when the cap is open, the atmospheric pressure is exerting its pressure over this water, and through any hole the water is oozing out. Did you get it? So atmospheric pressure is playing a good role. For you, you will be very happy to drink juices, right? You are drinking juice through the straw only. Why the water is coming through the straw or the juice is coming through the straw? Because of this atmospheric pressure only. When you are sucking, the air through this straw comes inside. Then what happened? Then the atmospheric pressure is exerting its force over what? Over this juice. So through any hole this juice is coming out. As you are sucking, it will be coming out automatically. Did you get, ma? So atmospheric pressure is pushing everything down. That's why you are able to enjoy the juice through the straw. Okay, dears? So this atmospheric pressure is wonderful. Now what? Now you should know what is pressure actually. Pressure is actually force, the perpendicular force by area. We can say by another name, that is thrust. Thrust by unit area is what, ma? Pressure. We are saying force by unit area, but actually the pressure is actually the thrust by unit area. Okay. Now, yes, we were discussing about the atmospheric pressure, right? Now, in the atmospheric pressure, there is an experiment, simple experiment for you. Here, I am having a glass filled with water. Can you see the water? Water is fully filled. It is fully filled. Okay, what I am doing is, I am closing it with a lid on it. Okay. What I am doing is, I am taking it upward down. Now, I am able to lift it up. Is it a magic? Again, I am saying it's not a magic. Because what happens is, the reason is atmospheric pressure is pushing the lid upward. Atmospheric pressure is much more and it is able to push the lid itself upward so that where this water is pushed upward. Okay. Now we said that the atmospheric pressure increases. Okay, increases with depth. As I told you, there is an experiment of glass bottle. In this, if 3 holes are made, in the hole at the base, the water will be oozing out with high force because the atmospheric pressure is increasing with depth. But we have to see one thing. What about the atmospheric pressure in altitudes, in heights, or when we are reaching in a mountain? The atmospheric pressure increases or decreases? It is decreasing. The atmospheric pressure decreases when we are reaching a particular height compared to the base. Okay, ma? Okay. That's why the mountaineers, when they are climbing the mountain, when they are reaching the top of the mountain, the pressure inside the body is not equal to the atmospheric pressure over there. That's why bleeding nose will be happening for them. Not only that, the oxygen amount in the mountain will be very less and they will not be able to get sufficient oxygen. That's why their nose will be started bleeding. So from these facts we are understanding one thing. What is that? Atmospheric pressure decreases with altitude and atmospheric pressure increases with the depth. Okay, ma? Okay. Now the play of pressure is continuing. Now I am asking you a question. Why the school bags are having wider straps? The shoulder, there is a part through which we are putting the bag, right? That part, the strap is there, no? The strap is wider. Why is there? What is the reason behind it? Do you know? The reason is, when the strap is getting widened, the surface area will be increased. So, even though much more books is loaded in your bags, you will not feel that pressure at all because the area is much more. That's why the pressure will be less. Okay. That's why when a girl is kicking you or stamping you with a heel, you will be having much more pain. And if a man is stabbing you with a flat chappal, the pain will be less. Isn't it, ma? From that we have started and with that we are ending. Now the question time. Are you ready to answer these questions? Now I am asking you questions. Let's see. Which force is contact force? Gravity, gravitational force, frictional force, magnetic force, or electrostatic force? The question first one is, which force is the contact force? Gravitational or frictional or magnetic or electrostatic? Okay. Second one is, SI unit of pressure is dash. SI unit of pressure is dash. And the third question is, a force of 50 Newton acts uniformly over a surface having the area 5 meters square. What will be the pressure of that area? The force is 50 Newton acting on a surface with area 5 meters square. What will be the pressure? It's very easy, I think. So you have to make the answer, find the answer. After that you have to put the unit. Then only the marks fully you will get. Now you have to find these answers and you have to put it in the comment box so that I will be able to see who have answered correctly and who is making wrong. Okay, ma? We can meet in the next class. Bye.